Hello guys, and welcome back. So I know it's been a minute since I've had anything on this channel, but I'm here now. So, many of you may have not seen this world before. Some of you may have watched me stream it a little last year and have an idea of where I am. So this is my personal survival world, and currently where we are at right now is world spawn. It's marked by that lodestone there, and the sounds of many angry skeletons underneath. This is where I'm planning to start a bit of a series. So yes, currently, yeah, I'm in netherite. Yes, I have netherite tools. And while I have all this stuff that shows I'm at the end game, I'm not. I have like the bare minimum. I have a storage system. Storage system doesn't work. I have little to no infrastructure. And even my farms are extraordinarily basic. So while, yeah, I've got a good bit of things done, I'm nowhere close to having anything done or anything I want to have done. So this place is what I have dubbed the museum. That's not where it is. There's a sign somewhere. The museum at world's beginnings. So now I can just show you guys real here. So I can find it. Actual location this world began is down here. I actually spawned down in here. Haha. So I spawned down in here, and what I eventually did was use pointed dripstone to pillar my way out. It was an interesting start. I did learn, however, you can mine pointed dripstone without a pickaxe. Bet you didn't know that. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a tour on what I've got so far. Over this way. Somewhere. Maybe. Oh, here it is. Okay. So right here, I have this witch farm, which is currently responsible for all of my glowstone, redstone, and a few other things. It is not enough by any means. I mean, there's not really much else to say. It's a bog standard witch farm. I will say, while this world is on a server, the server actually pauses when I'm not on. So after a minute after I log out, it does just pause. So the day count is pretty accurate. So like right now we're at 2,277. Which, to be honest, as old as this world is probably about a year and a half old, it's not very many days. I have bounced back and forth from this world, and okay, that's not the next area. Okay, so this is my old industrial district. It honestly never had much in it. It was initially supposed to be a base, and then it ended up being a base, and it turned into an industrial district, and then I decided it was too small. So I do over here have a bone meal farm. There are 2 sugarcane farms, which that one produces a lot more. That was an attempt at designing my own kelp farm in survival, and it failed horribly, if you can't tell. This right here is a bone meal farm. It is of Ilmango's design, if I recall correctly. This storage system did function at one point in time. It has since halfway been torn down to mostly cannibalize the parts for other things. On this world, I don't use maps or coordinates, really. I don't write them down, at least. My way of finding places is by using lodestones and compasses, and eventually infrastructure that I plan to set up. And for this next part, okay. So, while we're flying, to explain, the goal of this episode is to kind of give you guys a rundown of what's been going on with me, where I've been, and kind of also show you everything that's already in existence in this world. And then in the next episode, we are going to pick up from there, provided I figured out where that is, and continue on. From time to time, people may join on and help me with some things as I invite them. And people have been on here before to help me with stuff, so this isn't purely a single player world, but it is my personal survival world, and the projects are generally my own. So, like Horse, for any of you who do remember Horse, has been on here to help me design. Okay, so this is my ominous bottle farm. To be honest, I don't foresee needing it much more once the new raid farm ever gets finished. It's the same raid farm I was building on stream probably a year ago. It's still not done. It is still right where I ended that stream. It was an extraordinarily frustrating build, and I have not had the guts to go back to it yet. Alrighty, so here is the original starter area. This is where my starter base was, which is actually what this is. So this insanity, this little thing right here, was my starter base. It wasn't a bad little starter base at all, and at one point it had doors. I really don't know what happened to them, but I had myself a nice little bit of storage in here. Maybe one of these days I'll come over here and start like restoring some of this stuff. I don't know why I did some of this. So if you see these specifically, these are the, I guess, for lack of a better word, waystones that I've built up, and where I put all of the lodestones that I use. So anywhere I've put one of these, I have a compass that goes to it. This is my melon and pumpkin farm. That it's okay. It was great for the time when I was using it. And this was the old trade hall. Horse helped me move all this stuff some time ago. So maybe, again, one day, maybe we'll come down and we'll like restore this, and maybe we'll put some like fake villagers in here or something to kind of show, like, turn it like a wax museum or something like that. Up here is the iron farm. This is actually the iron farm I'm still using. It honestly does not produce near enough. At the moment, I do not have carpet mod on the server, but prior to updating yesterday, I did have it on here and was able to get some, what are they, the fake players on here, so I didn't have to leave my computer on overnight, which is great because I have to make sure my computer updates for work. That was my attempt at bringing the Prism Season 1 base, one of them, into this world. I got it this far and then stopped. I do think at some point I want to build that in this world just to bring it here. I think I want to bring a lot of the creations I've had into this world so they have some place to go. This was a villager breeder? I don't know. Oh, it is still operational. That's concerning. And then this is my mob farm. This is currently where all of my gunpowder comes from. And this was my attempt at a creaking farm, or at a resin farm. Alrighty, so while we're flying to the next location, just to kind of give you guys a little rundown on where I've been and what's been going on. So I don't talk about it very much, just because it's a bit of a personal thing, but I do suffer from something called persistent depressive disorder. It's also been called dysthymic disorder for anyone who doesn't know or has heard of it as that. And unfortunately oh god, I left that, okay, apparently I left this on. And what that means is that at times I can go into bouts where I feel like nothing has any point for a year or more. It's really rough to deal with, and unfortunately it's something that's unavoidable. Thankfully in my case they're extremely rare. Often I have 10 years in between bouts with it, and it was only with this most recent one that I finally got to put a name with it. So I have gotten a little bit better, and for a while I did take some medication to help me get out of it, but that did take me some time. Why do I feel like when I like this is an evoker? Of course it is. Yep, bye. So that's a Waddles raid farm, and that's all we're doing with that. Goodbye, I was saying. On top of that, my wife and I did end up having another kid. So we now have a total of 3. So that can be hectic at times. And for a little while, my life was just not conducive to recording, even more recently. As of about 2 months ago, moved back to my hometown. And I'm actually able to start recording again. I have an office space of my own again. Okay, so here we have where is going to be the, well, which it's marked with this, but this is not the entire thing. What is going to be our new industrial district. And here we have my main base. So this is something that Horse has helped me design. And this is, it's a little laggy because of there's a bunch of sheep underneath this, and it's causing a lot of lag, and I need to fix it. So this is actually based off of Impulse's Hermitcraft base from, I want to say season 5 or 6. Somebody here will see this and know exactly which one I'm referring to. No, hold on. Season 7, because Grian was stealing doors. That's what it was. And then Horses helped me model out these towers here that are going to start going in. And there's plenty to do here, but it's not very done. I've got many happy guests, including some that have seemed to have broken free of their leads again. So I have this storage system, and I actually have been working on building in here and there. This is actually fairly well sorted out. A lot of this is not assigned. I have stuff in the item frames, which I have a data pack that lets me turn invisible. But if I look back here, most of this, if not just about all of it, is unassigned. I think it's this and this one that are actually assigned. But the other kicker is, this is the front right here. This is where things should be going in and coming out. This is actually where things do come out at the moment. There's no input. As of right now, the storage system is actually not operational. It is built and designed to where I have 2 layers. So we have the top layer, which is one set of items, and then the bottom layer is actually its own separate set of items. So I can have a lot more in a lot smaller of a space. So a couple of things that I do have set up, but I did not actually show. There's the shulker farm out in the end. That thing that took like 3 attempts because it was the first two designs just did not work. And then there is a wither skelly farm in the nether, but I don't want to fly all the way out to it because it is quite a ways away. Alrighty, so just to go over while we watch that nice little sunset, just to go over some quick little plans to you guys of things I want to get done in this world. So I do want everything to connect at some point, and to be honest, some things are very, very far away from each other. My industrial district is way off that way behind me, and ignore that random portals that I can't seem to get rid of. I've got some portal linking issues I need to fix, but I think almost all of my portals are not permanent. I do want to have a train system that goes all over the world as well, because while I like nether roof travel if I'm trying to get somewhere quick, I like traveling over the overworld, and I want to put stuff all along those train tracks as well. And I mean, we have all this space still that I have to fill in, and I mean, this is still a wool outline here. So there's a lot to do in this world, and at times, like I've said, I'll have friends and sometimes family joining me to help with things. But I know this is a short one, guys, and I was trying to think of ways to extend it, but there's really not much more to go over. As you can see, while I look like I'm very far, I'm really not. There's a lot that needs to be done in this world, and I just kind of, from here, want to start sharing it with you guys. Because at this point, I've been playing games and building stuff and all, but I haven't been making content, even though I really wanted to. So, with all that, I'm going to get to work on figuring out what the next episode's going to be, and, well, I'll see all of you guys there. Bye-bye!